Hey everybody, it's Dr. Dost. Welcome back to my channel, Biblical Languages and Literature. And we are here for Aramaic Word of the Day. And so the one that I've chosen for us for today is the Aramaic word amar. Amar. And amar is a masculine singular participle. A masculine singular participle. For those who are new to the Aramaic language, or maybe who haven't studied Hebrew, it's not a past tense verb. It's not a present tense verb. It's not a future tense verb. It's a form that can kind of function as all three, actually, and have a bunch of different functions. But for now, in this context, it's going to mean he said. So we see the word amar in Daniel 2:5 in the phrase ane malka ve'amar. Now we saw yesterday in our Word of the Day video that malka means the king or O king, depending on the context. And so this phrase means the king answered and said. The king answered and said. And so amar is a masculine singular participle which functions, in this case, as a past tense verb. And it's masculine singular because it is connected to the word malka, the king, which is a masculine singular word. So amar, in this case, means he said, ane malka ve'amar. The king answered and said. Let's look at a few other instances of amar in the Hebrew Bible. Well, we see in Daniel 2:8 that we get the exact same phrase, ane malka ve'amar. The king answered and said, ane malka ve'amar. Exactly the same. In Daniel 2:15, the word malka is not present, and we get ane ve'amar le'arioch. So he declared, or he answered and said to, however you want to pronounce it in English, arioch is how we'd say it with Masoretic pronunciation there. So he answered and said to arioch. In Daniel 2:20, we get ane Daniel ve'amar. So Daniel answered and said, ane Daniel ve'amar. In Daniel 2:26, once again we get ane malka ve'amar, ane malka ve'amar, and this time it's followed by le Daniel, ane malka ve'amar le Daniel. The king answered and said to Daniel. We have another variation of that in Daniel 2:47, ane malka le Daniel ve'amar. The king answered to Daniel and said, really the same expression, just with different word order. Ane malka le Daniel ve'amar. And here in Daniel 3:14 we get ane Nebuchadnezzar ve'amar. Ane Nebuchadnezzar ve'amar. Nebuchadnezzar answered and said. Nebuchadnezzar answered and said, lehon, to them. Ane Nebuchadnezzar ve'amar lehon. Nebuchadnezzar answered and said to them. And then in Daniel 3:24, we get ane ve'amar lehad davroi. Ane ve'amar, he answered and said, lehad davroi, to his counselors, to his counselors. Well, that is it today for our Aramaic word of the day, which is amar. Amar. If you haven't already, please be sure to subscribe to the channel. Click the bell below to be notified when I publish additional videos in this series. And please be sure to check out the textual analysis of the Hebrew Bible playlist, where I analyze Hebrew and Aramaic texts and get into far more detail. So if your Hebrew or Aramaic is at a more advanced level, you'll get some more additional content, more detailed explanations. We get into things like the Masorah, we look at some manuscripts and so on and so forth. So it's really a great opportunity to get seminary level Hebrew and Aramaic education for free. We'll see you tomorrow for the next Word of the Day video.